People, how are we? Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm Tom. Haven't uploaded for a few days. I've been just quite busy. My voice is going from other commitments, right? Looks like we're going to see Daniel Dubois versus Filip Hrgovic. We saw the call out from Daniel Dubois, and it looks like he's getting his way. It's got to be said, he's going for it. He's absolutely going for it, isn't he? First he fights Usyk, and, put up a fight. I think it's because the canvas was wet. When the rain's coming in sideways, smacking against the canvas in an open roof stadium, it's going to be quite difficult to be a slick boxer, which is what Usyk's known for, right? Nevertheless, he put up a decent fight. He controversial blow. I think it was a low blow, but I also think if it wasn't ruled a low blow, Usyk would have got up. But it was still controversial. So he's fought him and then bounced back, and then he's fought Jarrell Miller and put up a hell of a performance against him. Someone who was like 100 pounds heavier than him, and he put up a good fight, which is fantastic to see. Stopped him in the 11th, which is a great performance. And now he's going in there against Filip Hrgovic, who is no walkover. Now, I think he's not the best of fighters, but he's got to be top 10. Certainly top 15. There's a reason he's a mandatory. So going in there against him is really, really quite something. I was saying he should go and try and avenge his loss to Joe Joyce, or I was saying sit it out. Just sit it out, because he's young. 26 is he? Maybe 28. There'll come a time when these top guys are all retiring. Usyk's going to retire. Fury, AJ, they're all going to retire, and it'll be, even Hrgovic. It'll just be you and kind of Joseph Parker to battle that out. Obviously, there's other people, Frank Sanchez, Martin Bakoli, who might have something to say about that, but that'll be the first the first shot at it, the first roll of the dice, if you like. So I was saying sit it out and wait for that, but he's taking my word for nothing. He does not give a shit, right? He's going straight in there against Filip Hrgovic. I think it's going to be on the 5 versus 5, right? And fair play to him. He's not waiting around for anybody. Obviously, if Dubois comes through and wins this probably means he fights AJ for a vacant IBF world title, because I think what's going to happen is they're going to have Fury Usyk the first fight. I think there'll be a rematch. I know everyone's saying that we can pay step aside money, and Turkey Al Sheikh can sort out that the rematch doesn't happen. Just think it will. Just think it's going to happen. And I think, unless maybe Fury wins, but either way, I think it'll happen. They'll have a rematch, and then you're going to get that they'll be stripped of the IBF, which means either Hrgovic will fight AJ, or if Dubois wins, Dubois will fight AJ. I'm pretty sure of that, because then you're setting up 2 undisputeds. Like I said, if AJ then gets the IBF and then fights the winner of the rematch, it's another undisputed fight. So I think that's what's going to happen. So if Dubois comes through and beats Hrgovic, suddenly he's the mandatory for the IBF. The likelihood is he'll fight AJ for the vacant IBF title, which is massive. For Dubois, that's huge. We've been saying for years that he's been saying he dropped AJ in sparring and all this, and you're thinking, well, now let's see what happens. It's massive for him. It's a big fight for British boxing and British heavyweights. It's a big fight for AJ. We'll see some questions answered. It's a massive fight all round, and I think AJ will win that fight, right? I do, but it's a big fight. One I'd love to go and see. So actually, this is quite an exciting fight. And of course, if Dubois wins, Hrgovic loses as mandatory. That's probably it for Hrgovic. I don't see him getting another mandatory slot, because he might fight Parker and aim for his, but I think Parker will beat him. I doubt there'll be a rematch clause involved. Maybe there is. If there's a rematch clause involved, I think, again, typically who wins number 1 will win number 2. Unless it's something like the AJ Ruiz, and it's a bit of not a surprise, but like lucky punch, I guess. Typically, you see the same result. Look at AJ Usyk. So, the Fury Wilder fights. So I think it will be not career ending for Hrgovic. There'll still be fights out there for sure, certainly. But I think he'll drop to gateway, fringe world level as opposed to world level if he loses this fight, which I think he will. And of course, if Hrgovic wins the fight, it's back down the rung for Dubois, isn't it? Back on the ladder you fall, work your way back up again. Now it's not career ending because he's young, but you got to think if you've been given that shot at world level 3 times and you come up short 3 times, I don't think you're going to get another shot. Not for a while. There was Joyce, who at the time was maybe not world level, but that was that kind of who the winner will go to world level and get the mandatories and stuff, which he lost. And then he got a shot at Usyk, which he lost. And now he's getting a shot at Hrgovic, which, if he loses, he'll have lost. You're thinking, you can't just keep chucking in people that just don't, that continuously come up short. You know what I mean? When other people deserve it. So I think he'll come back if he loses. I do think he will. Where to? I don't know, but I think he'll come back. And of course, for Hrgovic, if he wins, he doesn't gain much because he's already the mandatory. I mean, yeah, you get a good name on your record. And to be fair, people have been saying that Hrgovic looks done. He looks finished, which, I've been saying as well. I said he looks done. He looks finished. So I guess it proves that that's not the case. But a controversial win to Zhilei Zhang and Mark Demori. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, okay, you get up there and then you go and fight and you beat Dubois and you keep your mandatory slot and you probably lose to AJ. So it doesn't do much for you. Of course, if you lose your slot, you lose your spot, you lose your chance. So it's risky, but it's a good fight and fair play to Daniel Dubois. I think he'll win. I think he'll probably stop him. So we'll wait for it to be announced. But you let me know your thoughts down below, people. I'd be lovely to hear it. Let me know if I've missed something, if I've come up short and forgotten something. Let me know. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, people. You know how YouTube works. Peace.